What's up everyone? Welcome back to another video where I share my 2 cents that you didn't ask for. But this week we're going to do on the new Mini interior that was just released. Now if you haven't seen this out on the internet yet, I'm going to leave some links down below where you can check it out. So yeah, let's go ahead and start off with what we see here. First of all, I want to talk about those switches. They kept the switches, and the switches look very similar to what you would find in a classic Mini. I got a classic Mini out there. There's switches in a central bank right down below the speedometer. Mine doesn't have a central speedo, but that's traditionally what they came with, which is why they built the new generation of Minis with that central speedo as well, to pay homage to the classics. And so yeah, we got those toggle switches down there. You're gonna have the key start switch there. You're gonna have the drive mode selector, parking brake. Looks like a radio volume knob and the experience toggle. So you'll be able to change the experiences, which will probably act a little bit like driving modes and maybe do a little more with the inside of the car as you switch between those modes. We've got some other buttons down there below those toggle switches, which looks like hazards, which you need a physical button for anyways, and maybe some heated seats and something else extra down there, probably start stop or park distance control, things like that. Above the switches there's something pretty exciting. We've got that central speedo screen now. This is an OLED touch screen. You're gonna be able to control, as you can see, some of the climate control settings. You're gonna have your map. You're probably gonna be able to scroll through some of your media and things like that. Hopefully Android Auto and Apple CarPlay will be standard in all models in the future. But another thing I want to point out in here, besides telling you what drive mode you're in, is a little speedometer, it looks like, at the top saying your speed. And I'm not saying I helped get that in there, but I did bring that up in a video back when I met with Mike Payton a few years ago, that I'd like to see that.
Is there a legal or technical reason we can't have a speedometer in that electronic center console?
Hey, I wanted to have like a big, miles per hour on my center console. It's like, I don't know, it's kind of an interesting idea. So I mental notes, take that away.
But that's not going to be the only place you're going to be able to see your speed. As you can see, there's still a heads-up display in here. I'm not sure if that means that this is now a standard option on all Minis from the removal of the digital dash that we have currently. Maybe that means we now have all heads-up displays as standard. We'll have to wait and see. Yeah, right below that is the new steering wheel. We've seen that before. That's been teased before. It's got the fabric third spokes. And speaking of fabric, the whole dash up there is clean, simple, like a classic, and covered in fabric, just like mine. I'm sure there's gonna be some options you can choose to configure that fabric to match your seats, but it's probably pretty tight-knit fabric too, so it doesn't fray too easily. And let's look to the left and right of that. We have the doors with the pretty simple design, and the only difference I'm seeing here, you got the pull handle, which is less of a handle and more of just a cavity, it looks like. So you'll be able to store some snacks back there, or junk. Hopefully it doesn't collect too much junk. It looks like you have the window switches on the door. I wish they would have put those back in the center like they did on the first new generation Minis. Those were so fun. But the door handle release lever looks like it's down low, level with the kind of arm pocket in there. So yeah, interesting location for that. We'll have to see how that is when we actually get to feel that in person. Also along this dash with the cloth part is the vents. I'm seeing one on the side, two, yeah, it's kind of like a long strip of vent, almost a little bit like a Tesla-like, where you have this one long continuous vent. I'm not sure that entire vent will be functional on the passenger side, probably just each side of it, and then continue the design to connect the two. And then I'm trying to see if there is a vent that's hidden behind the driver steering wheel on the right-hand side. I'm not really seeing one, but these aren't all the photos, I'm sure. Another really cool part that I want to talk about is the change of the armrest. We no longer have the fold-down center console armrest. We have the armrest moved to the seats themselves, which I think gets them a little bit smaller. And then we have a much more open center console area, which is pretty cool. I think I've read in a couple articles that they'll be able to have some additional modules you can put in there. I'm not sure what that's going to mean. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Maybe something like a cooler that plugs in or something like that. So we'll have to wait and see what that's going to come of that. But the part I'm most excited about is this right below the toggle switches in front of the what would be center console is the charging pad. And so finally we've moved that wireless charging pad that's in the armrest that does not fit large size phones and overheats phones very easily because it's a little coffin, to something that's open, airy. That means it should handle heat better, should handle larger phones better. And right behind that are two little cup holders. And so that will also put the phone kind of at a glanceable position. Not that you should be glancing at your phone while driving, but it'll make it easier to see. And then 2 USB-C ports. Yes, USB-C everything. That's an exciting change in the center console region for me, I think. I really like that. The 2 things that I don't know what's going on here are the 2 buttons that we see on either side of that toggle bank. One up this elongated oval shaped button, I think it's a button, and then another circular button to the left. I'm not sure what those are gonna do. I guess we're gonna have to wait and see what those are going to do. But yeah, that's a quick, brief overview, my opinions. I'm excited for some of these things. I'm really excited to see that center console. I'm not crazy about the armrests on the chairs. I'm not sure about that. I think just get rid of the armrests, but some people I'm sure will like them. I really love the speedometer option that's up in the digital display, that OLED display. That's gonna be really sharp looking. And hopefully it's bright enough to handle the bright situations during the daylight, which I'm sure it will be. Most OLED displays these days can handle pretty bright environments. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this one. Tell me what you did or didn't like about these pictures and videos that you've seen. Do you agree with what I'm saying? Do you disagree with what I'm saying? Let me know down in the comments below. We'll have a discussion down there about it. But for now, just wave to minis when you see them out there, and hopefully we'll see some of these 4th gens on the road in a few months. All right, see you.